Because in reality, when we commit sins, who is it that we harm first and foremost? It is ourselves. Asrafu is from the root letter Sin, Ra, Fa. And saraf is to neglect, to spoil. When something gets spoiled, it corrodes. And from the same root is the word israf. And israf is excess or neglect of the set boundaries. You see, for everything there are set boundaries. Like for example, if a person has money and he's going to spend it on food, even for that there is a set boundary. When it comes to speaking, the words that we choose, the manner in which we speak, there are some set boundaries. When it comes to our dealings with other people, when it comes to any action that we do, sleeping, eating, talking, any action that we do, there are set boundaries. And israf is to neglect those set boundaries and commit excess. So in essence, israf is tajawuzul had. As servants of Allah, there are certain limits that have been set for us. And going beyond those limits, that is israf. So in other words, israf is to commit sin. To commit sin. So الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ, those who have committed, those who have transgressed against themselves. How? By sinning too much. They've done israf, they've gone way out of bounds. They've sinned way too much. And in reality, we all are included in this. Because which day is it when we don't disobey Allah in one matter or another? Which situation is it? Which state is it when we don't end up committing something wrong? We're imperfect, right? And we forget. No matter what we do, no matter what we start, no matter what we touch, what happens? We end up falling short one way or another, in one situation or another. This is our reality. But there is a message from Allah for such servants. Through who? Through the Prophet ﷺ. And this just shows how important this message is. And look at how the ayah begins. Ya ibadi, my servants. By saying my, there's talattuf, there's kindness, there's affection. This is a very loving address. This is not anger. This is love. Ya ibadi alladhina asrafu ala anfusihim. What's the message? La taqnatu. Do not despair. From what? Min rahmatillah, from the mercy of Allah. La taqnatu. Qaf, noon, ta. Qunut. Qunut is to become disheartened, to become disappointed, to abandon hope, to lose courage, to become pessimistic, to give up hope of receiving any goodness. The thing is, when we start thinking about our sins and we start seeing them, we start realizing them, we feel bad. And shaitan, he tells us, there's no hope for you. You tried fixing your prayers last week and look at you again this week. Look at you again this week. Yes, maybe you managed to perform a few prayers on time, but look at you. You know, there's no hope for you. Here you are praying salah and look at how you talk to your mother. But what does Allah say? La taqnatu min rahmatillah. Do not abandon hope. Do not lose courage. Do not feel disheartened from the mercy of Allah. What is the mercy of Allah? His favor, His forgiveness. When He gives the ability to a servant to improve, to change his ways, to seek forgiveness from Allah. So don't lose hope in the mercy of Allah. Never ever think that you are unforgivable. No matter how many sins you've committed, no matter how bad they may be, no matter how serious they may be, no matter how grave they may be, No matter how bad your history is, no matter how embarrassed and ashamed you feel about it, still, لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. Do not despair from the mercy of Allah. Inna Allah, indeed Allah. Why is it that you should not give up hope in Allah? Because indeed Allah, yaghfiru, He forgives. What does He forgive? الذنوب, the sins. Which sins? جميعا, all, without exception, regardless of their enormity, their gravity, their seriousness, their great numbers. Allah forgives all sins.